Hey everybody, Liz here. How are you? I hope you're doing great. All right, I want to talk to you today about why it's super important to be in the now as much as possible. And I'm not saying it's easy to do, I'm saying it's a good thing to do and to work toward doing. As you think thoughts about the past and have emotions about the past, and think thoughts about your future, and usually I'm talking about the negative things or the less positive things like anxiety, worry, fear, trepidation about what's going to happen in the future. You are actually leaking energy, and you're leaking energy to your past and your future. And I'm talking again about the lower vibe emotions, right? I'm not talking about pulling an ideal future into your now. We'll talk about that at the end. I'm talking about you release energy and you lose and leak your energy into those things, and you don't have as much energy in the now to do your day, to do the things that you need to do, or to have a nice meditation time, or be with your people, or have some good fun activity, or do the workout, right? You're leaking energy. It's really good. So why does this happen? Well, I want to tell you that thoughts are electric and emotions are magnetic. Emotions is energy in motion. And so thought a lot, create emotions. What happens is you think a thought, and if you think about it for a little while, more than once, neural networks form in the brain. And neural networks, kind of as what fires together, wires together, they form little collages. They release proteins, they release neurotransmitters that cause you to release negative hormones. If you're thinking stinking thoughts from the past, they release neurotransmitters, they release hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, and things like that. And they start to wire your body for the day to live like you did yesterday. It continues disease, it continues angst, pain. You can have mental pain, and you can have physical pain, and you can have emotional pain. Your body becomes wired, and epigenetically it begins to produce genes that encourage you and are wired to easily release unhappy hormones that cause you to be stressed out, be hypervigilant, be nervous, and all the things that you don't want to be. All right. The same thing if you're worried and have trepidation about the future, you're wiring yourself to be worried about the future. You're also releasing cortisol, adrenaline, things that cause your sympathetic nervous system to fire up, right? Your vagus nerve to fire up and get all upset. So when you are thinking, when you can pull that energy in and think in the now, it serves you much better. Now, the problem is you're so wired to think, like your body, your mind, and your emotions are where you are now because of your thoughts in the past. To change your rewiring, to change this, you can do some energy healing work, shamanic work with me or somebody else. You can do your own work through journaling and things like that I discuss on this channel. Other creators do as well, a lot of them. But you can begin to do the work. But first, often what happens is your paradigm or your subconscious begins to fight back. It's like saying, oh no, you're supposed to be thinking over here. You're supposed to release these neurotransmitters. You're supposed to be stressed out. So it might push back. Sometimes it gets a little tougher before it gets easier to do. What I just say, I posit to stick with it, continue, because eventually you will win out. You'll win out with the positive emotions. I don't have too much more to say about that. This will be another short one, but here's 2 ways to do it, to begin doing it. If in the morning for 15 minutes, you can do a guided visualization or meditation, and then do it again at 15 minutes at night before you go to bed. What happens is just take 15 minutes. If you could do it 3 times a day, that'd be great. You could take 15 minutes in the morning, and you could either think about things that you're very thankful for and appreciative for. You could think about things that make you very happy, or things that you love, like a pet or a person, or an activity or an event you had, or a good vacation. Think on those things. When you think on those things, you begin to rewire your brain, you rewire your body, your health, your genetics, your mental plane, your physical plane, your emotional plane, to think of these things instead. It's about taking every thought captive. So if you can do that in the morning and at night, I recommend Joe Dispenza's 15-minute meditations. You can find them on YouTube. I have some here on my channel. You can simply do the things I suggest, like write down 20 things you're thankful for, or get into a loving space, 20 things that you love about life or yourself. Do that in the morning, because then you set yourself up for a really nice day. Now, while it might not happen that very day, if you keep up with it, you'll begin to have lovely, nice, gorgeous days. And eventually you'll be living in flow and a continual state of ecstasy and bliss, with some occasional projects and challenges to figure out. But then they're no problem. You just figure them out. They don't cause you undue anxiety. And the same thing with the future. You get worried about the future. You just, well, I'll just go into the second thing I was going to say today, unscripted, is that if you can take every thought captive, begin to take every thought captive, where you think something icky about the past, something icky about the future, you just say, nope, cancel, 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 clear, delete, or scratch that. And then you think the good thought. Again, not saying it's easy to do, but it's a very good work to begin doing. You begin to rewire your genetics and your emotions and your thoughts, and you begin to have a much, much better day. If you can pull that energy in from the depression, grief, fear, and shame from the past, and you can pull the energy in from your fear, from the future and anxiety about what's going to happen, you can be in the now and you can accept the beautiful unknown. And then what happens is the universe, God, source, whomever you talk to, can begin to offer you opportunities and suggestions and thoughts and people and events and situations that are better for the future you can pull in. So I talked about doing the 15 minutes in the morning and 15 minutes at night and taking every thought captive. But during the 15 minutes in the morning and at night, I really recommend you begin to get what I'll call today, I'll call it mental rehearsal, or mental images, or mental movies, where you begin to think about the movie of what it is it that you want. Do you want the great business? Do you want the franchises? Do you want the person? Do you want the white picket fence? Do you want the family van and the kiddos? Do you want the Lambos in the garage? Do you want the wonderful travel opportunities? Do you want to get the promotion at work? Do you want the great health and fitness? Whatever it is, get mental rehearse that. Get a movie, get a visual image, either a picture or a movie, and get to the feeling place of having it. What's it going to feel like to be in the arms of a loved one, or to drive your Lamborghini, or to be on vacation in Bali, or to get that promotion at work and to see the plaque on the desk, or to have a successful business where you're just seeing the money rake in and you're helping people? What does it feel like to be in the place where you're serving the world at the highest level? Get to that feeling place. And that begins to set up a very nice day for yourself. And by the way, the day is simply a microcosm of the rest of your life. How you live each day is a mini version of the rest of your days here on the planet. So enjoy. Have a good day. Bye.